Hi, this is Greg with Lionquestfitness. Today we're practicing a little drill here, 7 yards. Okay, I've got narrow targets, torso size targets. And, people always ask, why do you put your hands over the holes? Well, because ideally what I want is a group that's a hand's width, But what we're doing, we're practicing in a way, I don't have moving targets, but if I go top to low, side to side, as if I had multiple targets, not only multiple targets, but moving targets. We also did a New York style reload. Started off with a Taurus 856, aka Tuco. And we finished with Taurus 605, aka Blondie. Today we're going to talk about a man by the name of Lance Thomas. Now, Lance was a watchmaker and a watch repairman. He had an upscale business in Los Angeles back in the late 80s and early 90s, which was the height of the crack cocaine and the gang wars in Los Angeles. And crime was starting to affect this business district. And Lance decided he needed to do something to protect himself, his customers, and his business. So he purchased his first gun, a Chief Special. And subsequently, he was involved in 4 different gunfights with a total of 11 different suspects, 5 who took the room temperature challenge, so to speak, and 1 who survived his wounds. And in the process, Lance was shot 5 times, but not fatally. He survived. So let's see what lessons we can learn from Lance Thomas. Now, the first takeaway we can get from Lance Thomas is that he analyzed his needs. He assessed what he was going to need to protect himself. He started off with a 5-shot Chief Special. And in the first armed robber that came in and engaged Lance in a gunfight, he realized real quickly he needed more ammo, more firepower. There were 2 suspects, one who did not draw his weapon because of Lance shooting his partner in crime, so to speak. So Lance this time got 3 more revolvers to stage around the business. Rather than keep it on his person, he wanted to be able to reach out and grab that gun. But subsequently, he had to reanalyze that, and he got several semi-autos. He stashed them around. In each confrontation he had, he learned something else about what he needed to do and what he needed to be able to do. Now, the second takeaway we can get from Lance Thomas is that he trained. He realized it's not just about the hardware and having 7 guns stashed about his place of business. He had to train with those guns. He went to a range. But beyond that, he began to train his body physically. He joined a gym and started training at that gym because he knew the correlation between mind, between body, and how it plays together for self-defense. Now, the most important takeaway we can get from Lance Thomas was his mindset. And Lance Thomas had a mindset to survive. That if somebody came to his shop, and all 4 instances, all 4 robberies, he was looking at the barrel of a gun before he even was able to grab one of his guns. And that took the bad guys by surprise, for one thing, because they weren't expecting resistance. But secondly, he had the determination that he was not going to be a victim, and he wasn't going to let his patrons in his shop become a victim. So see what you can take away from Lance Thomas. I'm going to link to an interview with him, and also where you can find a very good article by Masad Ayub about Lance Thomas. And this is Greg with Lionquestfitness, reminding you, always be prepared for the unexpected.